Hi there foodies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just sharing with you this breakfast dish that I saw on a channel. It's one of the chefs that I admire. His name is Gordon Ramsay. I saw this on his channel and it looked absolutely delicious and easy. So I figured I would try it and see if it's something that I could do on the regular. And I wanted to share it with you guys because it's really tasty. So I think you might like it. The major ingredients are just potatoes, eggs, and bacon. It is so simple. So check it out. I didn't have a recipe written down, so I basically just watched his video and did the steps. So here goes. So what you're looking at here is some shredded potatoes. I just grated them with a box grater and some onions. And then what we're going to do now is just squeeze out the excess liquid out of these. Squeeze it as much as you can, guys. Get out as much liquid as possible. Because what you want to do is get a nice crispy hash brown texture. So you don't want this to be mushy at all. So squeeze out that liquid and then we'll move on to the next step. Once we've squeezed out all of that liquid, we're going to add some seasonings. Now, I'm doing things a little bit differently from what he did. He added the seasonings first and then squeezed out the liquid. But I did getting the liquid out first, adding the seasonings after. And aside from the seasonings, we're going to be adding olive oil as well. I'm guessing just to help everything crisp up while you're cooking it in the pan. So once you've stirred everything together, it's time to cook the hash in the pan. So I have a very hot pan here with some olive oil. I am going to use the brush just because I want most of the pan or more of the pan to be coated with the oil. Definitely use a very big, like the biggest non-stick pan that you have. Now I'm just going to pour everything in and then you're going to spread it all the way out. And you're just trying to get everything to be compact and evenly spread in the base of the pan you're using. So what you're trying to do here is just to get this nice base crispy and golden brown, maybe dark brown in some areas, but just get it nice and crispy. So what he did now is after he cooked this for a little bit, he added some butter around the edges. So I've done this for Jamaican puddings. I've done it for mac and cheese. When you add the butter around the edges, it just helps to crisp up the edges even more. So we're going to add that. This is very cold butter that I diced up or chopped up. So you want to cook this for a good while just to make sure everything is browning nicely. I just used the spatula because I was just checking to make sure it wasn't sticking. but it wasn't sticking, it was perfectly fine. So after a few minutes, when I was convinced I got a nice browning happening on that side, it was time to flip. So what you do is you put a large plate over the pot and then get a towel, hold the base and just flip it over. So this is the base I had flipped over, and now we're just gonna slide it off the plate back into the pan because you need to brown that other side of the hash brown, right? I just pressed it down so that all the potato was touching the pan to get an even cook on it. So what we're gonna add now is whole eggs. I didn't take out the shalaza like I normally do because we want the yolks to be whole for this dish, and then we're gonna bake it in the oven after we put on this paprika on top. He did use cayenne pepper in the video for this step, but I'm using paprika because I don't want too much heat since I'm sharing it with my son. So while the eggs and the potatoes are in the oven, it's time to do the bacon. So he did the bacon differently. He had some olive oil in the pan, then added some butter and some sugar just to make a little caramel go in there. And then he added bacon. So what's this gonna do? It's gonna sweeten the bacon and it's gonna give it a nice chewy caramelized texture. Really delicious. So while you're cooking this, guys, believe me, keep your eyes on that pan because sugar can burn so fast it can ruin the whole thing. So you do want it to get nice and brown and caramelized, dark on the edges because you want that chewy char flavor, but you don't want the whole thing burnt. So keep your eyes on this for sure. Alright, so we take the hash and the eggs out of the oven. Really beautiful aroma in the kitchen at this time, guys. The bacon and the eggs and the potatoes, everything together, so delicious. And the edges of the hash brown were really nice and crispy, and then the bacon is chewy and slightly sweet. And then the eggs, I did cook the eggs a little longer than he said. He didn't use parsley, but I added some parsley for color. Really tasty dish, guys. There it is. So easy, so yummy. And I just followed what he did in the video. I had no written recipe, so I will give you all the notes that I can to guide you. But it's really simple. I know you're gonna nail it, and it's a really, really tasty dish. A few things I did that I might do differently. So I will use a much wider pan and definitely spread the potatoes out even more so that I can get the hash browns much crispier. That I'll definitely do. And for the bacon, I'll definitely watch it more closely because at one point I got distracted and almost lost all that bacon because the sugar started to burn a little bit. And for the egg yolks, they were a little soft on the inside, firm on the outside. that's perfectly fine too, but I think I want them just a little softer, so I will bake them for a shorter time. So I'll give you guys some details in the description box and in the video, so you can have an idea of how long I cooked it and all of that. So once you try it, let me know how you like it, guys. Till next time, take care.